Imagine a moment in your life when you wake up and things no longer feel the same. You notice that your thoughts are changing, your priorities are shifting, and the people around you might feel different. It's not always easy to explain, but deep down, something inside you knows a transformation is happening. This is not a sign of weakness or confusion. Rather, it is a subtle but powerful indication that your life is moving toward a new chapter, one that aligns more closely with who you are meant to be. Change often feels uncomfortable. It is something that every human experiences, yet very few truly embrace. You see, the moment we begin to grow, whether in our thoughts, our character, or our heart, we are stepping out of what is familiar. Our mind, our habits, our surroundings, and even the people we are used to can suddenly feel different because our perspective is changing. This discomfort is natural. It is as if the soul itself is being stretched slowly in ways that make us uneasy. You might notice that things which once brought you joy now feel hollow, or that the routines you followed without question no longer satisfy you. Suddenly, silence becomes more comforting than constant chatter, reflection more important than endless activity, and solitude more valuable than crowds. And in these moments, it is easy to question yourself, to wonder if something is wrong, if you are drifting away, or if you have made a mistake. But this unease, this feeling of being out of place, is not a punishment or a flaw. Rather, it is a signal that something inside you is awakening. It is a gentle but powerful nudge that your heart and mind are preparing for a new chapter, that your soul is ready to explore dimensions of life it has not seen before. The discomfort may manifest in many ways. You might feel restless, anxious, or even disconnected, but it is part of a necessary process. Like a seed that must push through the soil before it can see the sunlight, or like a pearl that forms slowly through pressure inside an oyster, the discomfort you feel is the precursor to something more beautiful, something more aligned with your true self. Change is never comfortable at first, because it requires you to leave behind what is familiar, to release attachments that no longer serve you, and to confront parts of yourself that you may have ignored. But even in the midst of that discomfort, there is growth taking place, subtle yet profound, shaping you in ways that are unseen until the time is right. Spiritual growth can sometimes make a person feel isolated, and this is something many do not expect. As your heart begins to open, as your understanding deepens, and as you become more aware of what truly matters in life, you may start to notice a shift in how you relate to the world around you. Conversations that once seemed lively might now feel shallow, and gatherings that you once enjoyed may no longer provide the same sense of fulfillment. It is not that the people around you have changed, but rather your perspective has begun to see beyond the surface of life. You start to recognize what is fleeting, what is superficial, and what truly nourishes the soul. In this process, you may feel a distance growing between yourself and those you once felt close to, because your priorities are no longer aligned in the same way. You may find comfort in quiet moments, in reflection, and in seeking understanding, rather than in constant activity or the approval of others. This feeling of isolation is not a punishment, nor is it a sign that you are failing in your relationships. Rather, it is a natural part of the journey of growth. Just as a tree must sometimes stand alone to reach the sunlight, so too must the soul sometimes walk a path that is less crowded, less noisy, and more introspective. In these moments, you may feel misunderstood or even judged because people around you cannot yet see the changes taking place within your heart. Your devotion, your awareness, and your desire to live with purpose may seem unfamiliar to others, and yet it is a reflection of the transformation happening quietly inside you. This solitude, though it may feel heavy at times, is a space where clarity begins to emerge, where your values are refined, and where your connection to what is eternal grows stronger. It is a space where you can observe yourself without distraction, where your intentions become purer, and where the whispers of your heart start to guide you toward decisions and actions that resonate with your higher self. While it may be tempting to resist this feeling, to force yourself to fit into the old patterns, or to seek constant reassurance from those around you, it is in embracing this gentle isolation that the soul learns, matures, and begins to align with the path that is truly meant for it. As you begin to feel different, you may notice that some of the connections you once held close begin to fade. People who were once a constant part of your life may suddenly feel distant, not because they have changed, but because you are no longer walking the same path. Relationships that once brought comfort may now feel strained or out of place, as if the energy between you has shifted. This can be confusing and even painful, because human hearts naturally seek familiarity and belonging. Yet, it is important to understand that this fading is not always a sign of loss or failure. It is often a reflection of growth and realignment. As you evolve, your soul begins to resonate with different frequencies, seeking companionship that matches the journey you are on. Some friendships, partnerships, or associations that once felt essential may no longer serve your higher purpose, and they naturally begin to drift. This is the way life prunes itself to make space for what is truly meant for you. Sometimes the people who leave are not taking away anything of value, rather, they are making room for connections that will uplift, inspire, and support you in alignment with the person you are becoming. You may feel moments of nostalgia or longing for the way things used to be, and that is human. The memories you shared remain a part of you, shaping your character and teaching lessons that will guide you forward. Yet, it is also necessary to recognize that clinging to what no longer aligns with your growth can hold you back. Life gently asks us to release, to let go, and to trust that the paths we are meant to walk will bring new faces, new friendships, and new support. It is a process that requires patience, faith, and understanding, for the ebb and flow of relationships is a natural rhythm of life, a sign that transformation is taking place both within you and around you. As you continue on this path and begin to feel different, one of the most remarkable changes you may notice is the emergence of inner strength. It is a quiet kind of strength, not loud or boastful, but steady and resilient, rooted deeply within the core of your being. This strength does not appear all at once, nor is it always obvious to those around you, but it grows slowly as you navigate the shifts within your life. You may find that situations which once would have overwhelmed you now feel manageable, that the storms you face no longer shake you in the same way. Your patience expands, your resolve deepens, and your ability to stay centered amidst uncertainty becomes more refined. Inner strength is forged in moments of solitude, in times when you are confronted with challenges that test your faith, your character, and your perseverance. It is strengthened when you choose to act with integrity, even when no one is watching, when you resist the temptation to take shortcuts, and when you remain committed to your values despite the pressures of the world around you. You begin to realize that strength is not the absence of fear, doubt, or difficulty, but the courage to continue moving forward despite them. It grows each time you choose reflection over reaction, patience over impatience, and understanding over judgment. You may also notice that this inner resilience allows you to connect more deeply with your purpose. Decisions that once seemed impossible become clearer because you now trust your inner guidance, your instincts, and your moral compass. The challenges that arise, instead of being burdens, become opportunities to reinforce this quiet power within, teaching you that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. As this inner strength emerges, it transforms your perspective on life. You begin to see that difficulties are temporary, setbacks are lessons, and that the journey itself is shaping you into a person who is capable of handling the responsibilities, blessings, and opportunities that lie ahead. As you continue to feel different, another shift begins to take place. Within your heart and mind, your sense of purpose becomes clearer. You start to notice that the distractions that once consumed your time no longer hold the same appeal, and the things that once seemed urgent now feel trivial. It is as if a fog has lifted, and you can finally see the path ahead with greater clarity. Decisions that once felt confusing now carry a sense of alignment, a quiet knowing that guides your steps. This is not something that comes from outside of you, nor is it dependent on the approval of others. It is a deep, internal recognition of what your life is truly meant for. You may find yourself drawn to activities, people, or goals that resonate with your soul, rather than those that simply satisfy social expectations or temporary desires. It is as though life itself is whispering to you, gently pointing toward the direction that will bring fulfillment, growth, and meaning. In this process, you may also begin to understand that purpose is not always a single grand goal, but a collection of moments, decisions, and actions that align with your values and the person you are becoming. It becomes easier to prioritize what matters, to set boundaries with what no longer serves you, and to invest your energy in the areas where it will make the greatest impact. There is a subtle shift in how you view your talents, your experiences, and even your struggles. They are no longer random occurrences, but pieces of a larger puzzle that fit together to reveal your unique role in this world. The clarity of purpose that emerges does not demand immediate action or dramatic change. Rather, it cultivates patience, discernment, and a steady confidence in your journey. It allows you to move through life with intention, rather than drifting aimlessly, and to approach challenges and opportunities with a sense of alignment and trust in the process that is unfolding. As you continue to feel different and notice the subtle shifts within yourself, you may begin to encounter tests and challenges that seem difficult, confusing, or even unfair. Life has a way of placing obstacles in our path at exactly the moments when we are being called to grow, to stretch beyond our comfort zones, and to step into the next phase of our journey. These tests are not random, nor are they punishments. They are essential components of transformation, shaping your character, refining your intentions, and strengthening your resilience. In moments of trial, when circumstances push against you, or when people disappoint you, you are being given the opportunity to look inward, to confront your fears, your weaknesses, and even your hidden strengths. It is in these moments that patience is cultivated, humility is strengthened, and faith is deepened. The challenges you face often reveal parts of yourself that you may not have known existed. The courage to persevere when the outcome is uncertain, the ability to remain calm when the world seems chaotic, and the strength to make choices that honor your values even under pressure. Sometimes these tests come in the form of difficult relationships, sudden changes, or unexpected responsibilities, and they may leave you feeling overwhelmed or isolated. Yet each of these experiences carries a lesson, a message, or a hidden blessing that contributes to your growth. Life's trials encourage reflection and self-awareness, teaching you to discern what truly matters and what is fleeting. They help you distinguish between attachments that hold you back and paths that lead you forward. With every challenge you face and navigate, you gain a deeper understanding of yourself and your place in the world, and you begin to realize that the discomfort, uncertainty, and struggle are not obstacles to avoid, but instruments that shape the very person you are becoming, preparing you for the life you are destined to live. Trust the process, even when you cannot see the full picture, because life has a way of working quietly behind the scenes to guide you toward what you are meant to experience. When you start feeling different, when old patterns no longer satisfy you, when relationships shift, and when challenges appear, it can be tempting to question everything, to wonder if you are on the wrong path, or if the changes in your life are somehow mistakes. But the truth is that every shift, every discomfort, every moment of uncertainty is part of a larger design that is shaping you in ways that are often invisible at first. Trusting the process does not mean sitting passively and waiting for life to happen. It means embracing each moment as it comes, making decisions with sincerity and integrity, and having faith that even when the path is unclear, the steps you are taking are leading you toward growth, understanding, and fulfillment. It is about believing that the challenges you face are not random setbacks, but purposeful lessons, and that the people who come and go from your life are contributing to your development in ways that may only become clear later. Trusting the process also requires patience, patience with yourself, with the pace of change, and with the unfolding of events that you cannot yet control. It is about resisting the urge to force outcomes or to rush through uncomfortable periods, and instead allowing the natural rhythm of life to carry you forward, knowing that each experience has a role to play in preparing you for the next chapter. In this trust, a sense of peace begins to emerge because you start to recognize that even the moments of doubt, fear, and confusion are temporary and meaningful. You learn to surrender not in weakness, but in strength, understanding that life's timing is often wiser than your own, and that by releasing the need to control every detail, you make room for the blessings, clarity, and opportunities that are patiently being aligned for you. As you continue on this journey of feeling different, one of the most challenging yet transformative lessons is learning to embrace the unknown. There comes a point when the familiar paths no longer satisfy you, when the routines that once gave comfort now feel restrictive, and when the certainty you relied upon begins to fade. In these moments, it is natural to feel fear, doubt, or hesitation, because the human mind prefers what it can see, measure, and control. Yet growth rarely comes from clinging to the familiar. The unknown is where life stretches you, where your courage is tested, and where your faith and resilience are strengthened. Embracing the unknown does not mean stepping blindly or recklessly. It means moving forward with trust, with awareness, and with the willingness to learn from whatever unfolds. It is the recognition that life's path is not always linear, that detours, pauses, and unexpected turns are not obstacles, but part of the design that shapes your character and directs you toward your true purpose. When you embrace the unknown, you allow yourself the freedom to explore new opportunities, to discover hidden strengths, and to connect more deeply with your inner guidance. It is in uncertainty that creativity awakens, intuition sharpens, and the heart learns to listen more closely to what is truly important. You begin to realize that not knowing every outcome is not a weakness, but an invitation to trust yourself, to trust life, and to surrender to the wisdom that exists beyond your immediate understanding. The unknown challenges you to let go of fear, to release the need for control, and to step into each moment with courage, patience, and faith that the journey itself carries meaning, even when the destination is not yet clear. As you continue to feel different, another change begins to take shape within you. Your perspective is shifting. The way you see the world, the people around you, and even yourself is quietly transforming. Situations that once seemed overwhelming now feel smaller, and challenges that used to provoke frustration or anxiety may now be met with patience and understanding. You start to notice the subtle patterns of life, how events unfold in ways that are often beyond your control, yet always serve a purpose. This shift in perspective allows you to see beyond immediate discomfort and look for the lessons and opportunities hidden within every moment. You may begin to understand that not everything is as urgent as it once seemed, that not every opinion matters, and that your energy is best invested in what truly nourishes your heart and soul. The way you interpret interactions with others changes too. You may find yourself responding with empathy rather than judgment, with kindness rather than irritation, and with clarity rather than confusion. This new perspective can make you feel both stronger and more vulnerable at the same time, because as you see more clearly, you also become more aware of what is fleeting, what is superficial, and what truly holds value. It is a subtle but profound transformation, for with this shift comes wisdom, the kind of wisdom that does not come from books or lectures alone, but from lived experience, reflection, and the willingness to learn from both joy and hardship. You begin to approach life with a sense of balance, recognizing that setbacks are temporary, that change is natural, and that your journey is uniquely yours. This transformation of perspective does not always happen overnight. It is gradual, unfolding slowly as you observe, reflect, and adjust. And as it deepens, it influences not only the way you see the world, but also the way you navigate it, helping you make decisions that are more aligned with your values, more attuned to your purpose, and more connected to the person you are becoming. So as you reflect on this journey of feeling different, remember that these shifts within you are signs of growth, of transformation, and of a life moving toward deeper purpose. The discomfort you feel, the solitude you may experience, the fading of old connections, the challenges that test your patience and resilience, all of this is shaping you into a stronger, wiser, and more aligned version of yourself. Trust that the process is unfolding exactly as it should. Embrace the changes within your heart, mind, and soul, and recognize that every moment, whether easy or difficult, has a lesson to teach, a gift to offer, and a purpose to fulfill. Life is guiding you toward clarity, toward deeper understanding, and toward connections, opportunities, and experiences that resonate with your true path. So when you start feeling different, when the world around you no longer feels familiar, do not fear it. Lean into it. Reflect on it. Grow from it. For these shifts are not signs of weakness or confusion, but signs of awakening, preparation, and alignment with the life you are truly meant to live. The journey may feel uncertain at times, but know that every step, every challenge, and every moment of change is leading you closer to the person you are becoming and to the life you are destined to embrace.